Throughout 2024, the Israeli army expanded the scope of its military operations in the Gaza Strip. It invaded the cities of Khan Younis and Rafah in the south and the cities in the northern Gaza Strip, one after the other, besieging and preventing humanitarian supplies from reaching them. Since the beginning of October this year, the Israeli army has launched a concentrated military operation in the northern Gaza Strip, which is still ongoing. Hospitals and residential neighborhoods have been subjected to a large-scale attack, and hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have been forced to evacuate amid an escalating humanitarian crisis.
The situation in Gaza Strip has been catastrophic and is moving from bad to worse. Civilians have been paying heavy cost due to the hostilities and the fighting. They are entrapped in a closed loop of displacement, hunger, lack of safety. Civilians in northern Gaza Strip for several weeks have been facing horrendous situations. They are exposed to all kinds of risks.
The Palestinian Ministry of Health says the systematic targeting of homes has led to more than 1,400 Palestinian families being wiped out. Nurse Ashraf al-Attar was the sole survivor after Israeli missile destroyed his home and killed his entire family.
A crime was committed against my entire family, my children and my wife. We were sitting at home like any family who are safely in their home. We did not pose a threat to anyone, and we were not warned in advance. Suddenly, a missile hit us and turned my children into pieces.
According to the United Nations, 90% of Gaza's population has been displaced and its people are enduring extremely harsh conditions. Many have taken refuge in bombed schools. The elderly civilian Talat al-Siksik pitched his tent on the beach to escape the bombing, but the tide posed a threat while they were sleeping.
Of course we were drowning. Our belongings are gone. How will we get new things in the current situation? And there's nothing, not even money, to buy things with. When the seawater flooded us, we were seriously harmed.
According to a report by the UN's OCHA, approximately 986 health workers have been killed, and only 17 of 36 hospitals in Gaza remain after they were bombed and the Palestinian health sector collapsed.
Currently, only a few hospitals have still the capacity to run and provide care. So it's a real problem, it's a real healthcare system challenge every day for the patient to be able to access the needed care, and a lot of them can't right now.
Muhammad Awad is one of the Palestinian journalists who managed to leave Gaza for Cairo before the Rafah crossing was closed. His family were killed in an Israeli bombardment, while the number of journalists killed in the Strip has risen to 196.
I moved to Cairo after the long and extended displacement process and after my family was targeted on the 6th of January. I moved here to work through the Al Arabia Channel office to follow up on field news in the Gaza Strip and coordinate with my colleagues who are still working in the field in order to transmit their images.
The infrastructure in Gaza has been devastated, with more than 66% of residential buildings damaged. According to the United Nations, 90% of Gaza's population has been displaced, and 84% of Gaza has been subjected to forced Israeli evacuation orders, with most Palestinians trapped in just 10% of the coastal strip. As winter sets in, the suffering of the hundreds of thousands of displaced Palestinians who are crowded into the dilapidated tents with their children amidst catastrophic health and pursued by Israeli bombs. Cold and hunger is increasing, and as the world enters 2025, many here hope for that long-awaited, still elusive ceasefire. Nadir Al-Tibi, CGTN, Central Gaza.